Other interesting business news, you have Megabus filing for bankruptcy, which I would say the Midwest, that was one of the most popular ways of transportation. And again, the rates were ridiculous because again, very similar to Southwest, the price of the ticket was like nothing, but then all the things would add on and be like, oh, you have a backpack on you? You want water? Oh, that's gonna be like $50. You want internet access? Another 100. I partially kid, but that's not too far off from the reality. But it was one of the most convenient services, especially going to college in Iowa, and it's one of those things where, yeah, I used to Megabus a couple times, and it was Mega, and it was Bus. Now, this is first brought to us thanks to thestreet.com, which makes sense. Buses do famously use the street, and this is specifically by Jenna Wardborn. And unfortunately, it looks like they are biting the dust. Now, scrolling down to the actual substance of the article, they know that the parent company is known as Coach USA, which runs Megabus and other commuter bus options that connect greater New York area as well as Midwest. They say that as fewer Americans commute to the office each day, tickets have dwindled, profit has plummeted since the offset of the pandemic, and with many of us still remote, a surge in revenge commuting is exactly what happened. Coaches filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection on June 11th, according to a petition filed with the Williamston, Delaware Coach USA owes creditors between $100 and $500 million. It does plan to borrow around $20 million to assist with restructuring cost. Coach USA intends to sell some of its assets and bus lines to at least 2 transportation companies. Some bus lines are intended to go with Renco Group, as well as Avalon Transportation. It also plans to sell part of its Megabus operations, which includes intellectual property and retail, to an undisclosed buyer, which, yeah, that, I don't want to say the company's, dead in the water, but once you sell the intellectual property, and I mean, again, this company owns a couple things, but the main thing they're known for is the Megabus. And yeah, they did have that hilariously, almost like a little chubby anime guy who looks like a bus conductor or bus driver as their logo. So if you're just tuning in and you don't see it, they have the little Megabus, and the logo is just a big guy with a, I guess a bus driver outfit, and it says from $1, which again is great marketing. A lot of my collegiate friends use it just because of that. It got your attention. You went online. And I think at the end of the day, it still wasn't terrible. I want to say it was between like 60 or $100, like all in. So again, it's not I think the ticket was technically $1, but all the things added up. Now, they also say that the company largely blames the decline in ridership for struggles, while commuting has somewhat recovered, particularly in the tri-state area. Coach USA said his 2023 ridership levels were only back up 45% from when they were in 2020. The additional increase in the cost of gas, insurance, labor, and workforce attrition, also contributed to the continued difficulties. Currently, Coach USA serves 27 regions across the United States and Canada. It services about 38 million passengers each year and employs over 2,500 people. Which, yep, yet another reason we should be energy independent and, make gas cheap again. Remember, it was under $2 a gallon? That was great. People don't realize the ripple effect it has on driving up costs of everything, from just, you filling up your gas tank, to getting your groceries delivered from the distributor to actual stores, to things like Megabus. So unfortunately, it looks like there's most likely going to be layoffs. Now, hopefully they're able to transition into a new role at a different company that could utilize the current skill sets they have at Megabus, or hopefully they're also highly adaptable, so they're not without employment for too long. And it'll be interesting to see the person who's buying out the intellectual property of Megabus. The domain alone, just megabus.com, is probably worth a pretty penny. Usually the shorter the domain and more catchy it is, the more valuable it is. It's fascinating how much they can go for. But more often than not, once they sell it off, it's just a shell of what it used to be. It never really surpasses the original vision of what the company was, or the size or scope. But it'll be interesting to see if we see Megabus in some sort of different orientation. How does it come back from this? But hopefully, let me know actually. When was the last time you actually used Megabus? I was in college. Geez Louise, way back. What was it? 2013 graduated. 2012. A lifetime ago. It sort of seems. Taxes were much less back then. But nevertheless, when was the last time you actually used Megabus? Have you ever even heard of it? And would you ever want to go again? Now, personally, I like my freedom, so here's my preferred mode of transportation. I drive myself because I got all the freedom, because it's my car. It's got 3 pedals, also known as manual transmission, and you can't beat that feeling. Yes, I will drive literally 12 and a half to 13 hours versus flying because of freedom. And fun. I kind of appreciate windshield time, and driving is a little fun thing for me. But nevertheless, let me know in the comments. As always, I'd be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.